This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, it is almost 6:53. Time to get you ready for your weekend here with the Morning Sprint. Destiny Richards is in studio with new COVID numbers from the State Department of Health. But first, Mark Peterson tracking some cooler, wet weather in the Friday forecast.
All right, taking a look at that first alert weather. And again, that weather app free and available in the App Store. It's got radar. It'll tell you everything you need to know. Right now, it'll tell you it's 47 degrees, cloudy. In the 24-hour forecast, we see a continuation of clouds, scattered showers in the afternoon to the north of Spokane. And then overnight, we see cloudy conditions with that next band of rain coming in about 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Get ready for that. We're going to see today the potential for, again, warming a little bit, 63 lunch. Dinner time is going to be 67 degrees. Again, winds are going to be light today.
Happening right now, the critical decision on COVID booster shots is in the hands of the FDA. Health experts are reviewing Pfizer data to decide whether Americans who've had that vaccine will need a third dose. There are two key questions here. Is immunity waning? And will boosters restore it? New data out of Israel shows an additional Pfizer shot provided 10 times more protection against COVID and severe disease. The effectiveness in people 60 and older was even stronger than that. If the FDA gives Pfizer boosters the green light, the CDC panel will address the matter next Wednesday. If you're going to dinner in Seattle or anywhere in King County, you'll need to prove you're vaccinated or show a negative COVID test. You'll also need your vaccine card or a negative COVID test for any indoor sporting event, gym, theater, or museum. You'll also need it for any outside event like a football game that has more than 500 people at it. The mandate doesn't apply to outdoor dining, takeout, or other places that aren't primarily used as a restaurant like grocery stores. A total of 4 schools in the Meade School District are now increasing their safety protocols for students and staff. Meade High School, Shiloh Hills Elementary, Meadow Ridge Elementary, and Midway Elementary are all under level 2 COVID procedures. This means there will be more COVID testing among teams, classrooms, and groups. You can find more information about why a school is moved to level 2 on KXLY.com. The entire state of Idaho is now under crisis standards of care. That means if you need help in any part of Idaho, it might not be what you're expecting. Some hospitals can choose who to care for first, and you might have to wait longer in the emergency room. This is the first time crisis standards of care have been activated across the entire state. Kootenai Health moved to it more than a week ago. While the Idaho Department of Health expanded this statewide, it is still up to individual hospitals to make the decision to move to it.
The number of people getting vaccinated in Washington is only crawling upward. New data from the State Department of Health shows the fight to contain COVID-19 is far from over. Unvaccinated people continue to be hit the hardest and make up most cases in our hospitals statewide. This is reflected in Spokane County, where vaccinations just aren't happening as fast as they should. Barely half of people in Spokane County are fully vaccinated, and of those fully vaccinated, only 10% have caught COVID in breakthrough cases. Unvaccinated people make up 84% of cases in Spokane County. Fully vaccinated people can still get COVID-19. However, the vaccine still offers strong protection against the most serious outcomes of COVID. As soon as this Saturday, you can get a vaccine through Providence at the Spokane Teaching Health Center from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
More Eastern Washington University students are moving into their dorm rooms today, but before they do, they have to show proof of vaccination or submit that waiver request. If they don't, they could be fined $250. Students are required to take a rapid COVID test or show proof of a negative test before getting the keys to their rooms. Any students who test positive are faced with a pair of choices. The school has set up an isolation dorm where they can stay for 10 days, or they can go back home for 10 days. Classes for the EAGs start next week. Washington State University will have fewer students on campus this year. The university says enrollment fell by 4%. At all WSU campuses, though, there's been an increase in enrollment in professional and graduate programs. WSU says more than 74% of their students are in-state. The vice provost of enrollment says COVID-19 has taught the school lessons they will use for years to come. You can now bet on sports at Northern Quest Casino. The Kalispell Tribe was approved for sports betting by the Department of the Interior. This is the first time it's ever been legal in Washington. The Washington Indian Gaming Association says the change helps the tribe's efforts to strengthen self-reliance. You can bet on the pros and international events, but betting on in-state college teams is still not allowed. Crews are putting up this fencing around the U.S. Supreme Court building ahead of a rally in Washington, D.C. this weekend. A similar barrier is up around the U.S. Capitol building. Tomorrow's Justice for J6 rally aims to support people charged with storming the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Comments have been made online that worried law enforcement about violence, but the J6 organizer says the rally will be peaceful. All right, a final check of your weather with Mark next.